So before I keep my march down the button row over here, I thought to myself, it might be good for instructors to see what my math lab does for students and what its advantages are. So let me just click on a homework problem here, and or I could have done this in a study problem. Oh, I guess I think I'm going to have to because these are past due. Let's go to the study plan, shall we? Homework would work the same way. Quizzes and tests won't have the help features. I'll show you that in a second. So let me click on something basic here. So 3-1, 3-1, number 7. I have no idea what the problem is going to be. Hold on one second. Okay, I know no time passed for you, but time passed for me. Okay, so let me just show you. This is the MyMathLab homework window, testing window. They all look pretty similar. Homework has these turned on unless you turn them off, and I show you how to do that in the MyMathLab videos and so on. Okay, so what this does is it shows you what section you're looking at, what objective this question's from, what question to the book this correlates to. The homework won't show you this portion, what question. Then it's asking you to enter the answer. These numbers up here are going to randomly generate. So what happens if two students are sitting next to each other, they can get this question, but they won't have the same numbers and they won't have the same answer. So therefore they couldn't possibly copy off of each other, if that makes sense. So you would find, I'm just going to make up a number. I didn't do any calculation at all, so I'm not surprised that that's wrong. Okay, so I said it tells them right away whether it's right or wrong. It gives them 3 tries to get it right, and then it tells them the right answer, and they've got it wrong. You can see it's got a little red X. And if they click similar exercise, they get a new one, right? New numbers, new problem. They get a chance to do it right again. I'm doing it wrong again, but they get a chance to do it right, and if they get it right, then they get credit. Let me go calculate this. I'll be right back. All right, so the answer is 12, at least according to my computer. Yay! So this time I got a credit for it. See? And now I get credit for it. Now, when you're doing this in the study plan, it doesn't really matter because the study plan doesn't really keep track of your grades. But when you're doing it in the homework, it is going to matter, or the practice tests. Students can do problems over and over. They can have infinite number of tries, unless of course you set it up that they can't, and all that information's in those other tutorials. And then over here they have all sorts of helps, like help me solve this, which guides them step by step through that problem. But then when you close it, changes the numbers and gives them a different problem. The view an example gives them a different problem to look at, step by step, right? Going through, finding out how to do it. Or view a textbook. It'll open up the textbook in an online form. Hold on, take it in a second. Poof, there it is, right? That's the textbook. Or this is StatCrunch. That's pretty particular to statistics courses, but sometimes it'll have video icons here, and you can click on it and watch somebody lecture on a problem similar to this one. Then it has a little calculator doodad, which lets you do some very simple calculations in here. And of course, I take all this at a much slower pace for the students in my MyMathLab. I have MyMathLab videos for students on my channel. So if you go to my channel and you click on playlists, which is what I would recommend to the students, click on playlists. There they are. There's MyMathLab for students. And I go through all of this at a much slower pace and showing them everything. And there's even graphing features. It'll show you how to graph and so on. Then there's the Ask My Instructor feature. If students click on this, it sends you an email with this exact problem. And they can send you questions like, I don't understand how to, blah, blah, blah. And they can send it to you via email, and you get it, and you can reply back to them. And you can see, it's sending it to my email address. And last but not least, and this is a great feature, students can print. One of the nice things about this is if you have a student who doesn't have internet access at home, they can print the whole assignment, or they can print specific problems. They can print the whole thing, take it home, work on it on paper, come back the next day and enter all their answers. So that way they don't have to spend valuable computer time figuring out how to do things. They can figure it out on paper and bring it back, or they can bring the paper to you and have you help them figure it out. All right, so that's a rough overview of my math lab.